Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the Japanese yen, guys. Well, finally I can prepare the video update on our recent research on Japanese yen. Well, I hope that you have read the weekly research because it really contains a lot of interesting information, especially on the higher time frame charts of the Japanese yen on the monthly and on the weekly chart. And currently, guys, in fact, we have two not quite separate, but two different scenarios, two different scales of the Japanese yen possible action. So the first scale is the high time frame charts, the monthly chart that suggests, at least as we assume, that market really could reach the area around 106.50. That is our medium-term target on the Japanese yen. Meantime, on the intraday charts, on the daily chart and lower time frame charts, we will have to divide this way to the 106.50 in a small, if you could call it, weekly periods, because during every period market will form its own retracements action that really could let us focus on the short-term action as well. So, and current video dedicated mostly to this sort of short-term perspective on the Japanese yen. So what do we see? On the daily chart, we see that market has broken through the triangle pattern, and previously when we have taken a look at this, that was approximately in this area, we said that if market really bullish, it could show retracement and retest this upper border of the triangle, but it should not return right back down. If it will happen, it will put under question the whole perspective of the Japanese yen. But this really has happened as it should too, and you can see that market has retested this broken trend line and continue to move higher. Currently, on the previous week, you can see that market has taken the pause in upward action, mostly because it has hit the daily overbought, and market has to show some retracement and stand flat on this chart. Also, market has closed on the previous week above the monthly pivot resistance one, and this tells that currently we have not just the some retracement inside of the long-term bear trend, but we have the continuation or new bull trend on the market, and probably as we count on it, market should continue to move to the upside. What to expect in the nearest future? In the nearest future, our trading plan will in fact consist of two stages. The first stage is we expect that market will move slightly higher here by some reasons. So to understand these reasons, we will take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart. On the 4-hour time frame chart, trend is bullish, and we have this A, B, C bottom pattern. Take a look how market has behaved around 100% extension. Market has extremely fast has passed through this area without no respect to the ABCD target, and even after that, market hasn't formed any meaningful and sizable retracement. Nothing. That confirms the real power of the Japanese yen right now, I mean currency pair. Well, and you can see that, recall that here we also discussed the possible appearing of the double repo. We say, well guys, market stands near ABCD target, it will be reasonable to see some retracement, and maybe it will be triggered by the double repo. But we didn't get the double repo here. Market in fact hasn't formed this, and that is also the bullish sign. That's the first moment. Second moment, that it's very common when the market shows real fast action and moving acceleration right to the 100% or even higher without any retracements. In the most cases, this leads to the 1618 extension. Sooner or later market will hit 1618 extension, and this extension stands on 10470 area approximately. That's why our first stage, the first stage of our plan first is to wait when the market will hit 10470, 10475 area. That will probably should happen on the current week. How it will happen, it's really difficult to say, but currently I just have drawn the most obvious pattern that could be formed, and it's very often market forms such sort of the patterns when it needs to show the final leg right to the target of the bigger scale. And as you can see, the extension of this most recent retracement coincides, 1618 extension coincides with the ABCD target. That's why I can't exclude that really could happen by the bottom line. And it's very interesting. I don't have it on the chart, but guys, if you have read the weekly research, you'll see that on the chart here we have the monthly pivot support one, and it's very normal action. This market will show the retracement, will touch the monthly weekly pivot support one, turns to the upside and accelerate here. So it means for us that if you really would like to play on the short side of the market on the daily chart, although that is not quite suggested by our view, but if you're a scalp trader, you want to trade some retracement to the downside, you could do this, but probably it's better to wait first when the market will reach 10470. And when the market will reach it, the second stage of our trading plan will start that suggests possible retracement. So maybe this will be some sort of the hand shoulders, maybe market will form some ABCD, but if market will show any retracement at all, it probably the better chance of success on this retracement is from 10475 area. So here market at least theoretically could show some retracement down, and this retracement could be really sizable. Some sort even maybe some sort of the ABCD pattern will be formed here. That's really possible. And here we will think about it, whether to take the short here, scalp short or not, depending on the patterns that will be formed, depending on what we will see on the daily chart, on the overall situation and so on. But we will not think about the taking the short prior market will hit 10470 area. So that's been said. That's our trading plan for the Japanese yen for the coming week. First, wait for the 10470.75. Second, depending on the situation, think about the possible taking scalp short to ride on the possible retracement, because here retracement really could be sufficient for taking the position. Although, guys, overall our view on the yen, on Japanese yen is bullish, and we think, I mean the USD Japanese yen currency pair, it's a bearish view on the Japanese yen. So when we think that market in the medium term perspective should reach 106.50 area. So in general we will play in the long side of the market, but sometimes when it will be the occasion, when it will be the possibility, we will also think about the possible taking the scalp short positions, especially if it will be justified by some clear patterns on the daily chart. Why not? So let's see what Japanese yen will give us on the current week, and I hope that this week will be productive for us, despite the this really will be short due to the Labor Day in the United States right now. So let's see what will happen.